What's your destiny? What you gon' do? Who you wanna be? What's your destiny? Hello, hello, hello. My name is Ruby Groves Clay. I am the broker. What's going on in St. Louis, y'all? It is called gentrification. I don't know if y'all are looking at the housing market out here and what's going on, but hey, in a minute we are going to it's going to be locking people out of the certain areas for its housing and rentals, and this has happened in other states, and it is here in St. Louis. Today I have two. Man, hold on, I messed up something. Hold on, y'all. Okay, there they go. There go my man. Today I have two guests on here. Of course, you know AB. AB is my ride and die, and of course, Mr. Tim West. He has his. Tim be doing some of everything, y'all. He's an artist. He is the host of what's your segment that you'll be on about wrestling?
It's a podcast on Facebook
Uh huh.
called Outside the Ring STL
Okay. Okay. Outside the ring.
Thursday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m.
All right. And Mr. Tim is.
And I have another podcast.
Uh huh.
I have another podcast called In the Mix Radio STL on Facebook with my friend Jump Street, who also went to Sumner High School. You can find us on YouTube, In the Mix STL, In the Mix Radio STL.
All
And
right.
you're right, I am an image artist.
Yes. Hey, y'all. He's been sending me.
Hey, Regina Baxter is shouting out saying hey to everybody. Hi, Regina Baxter. How
Hey,
you doing?
Regina. Everybody say hey, G.
Hey, Regina. Hey, Regina.
Hey, if I would have known it, girl, I would have put you on here. We would have put you on here, girl. Cause you
Yep.
know we be having fun when Miss B be on the set. Gentrification and what's going on in St. Louis. I don't know if a lot of y'all are looking at this housing market. Quite naturally, I'm a real estate broker, so I'm going to be looking at this housing market and keeping y'all abreast with what's going on. A lot of the houses in the area, you know, a long time ago, you can get you a nice 3 bedroom, 2 bath home. Well, you know what?
Hmm.
That is changing. You know, a lot of homes that are from 160 on down, those are now being sold as is. Okay. And so what that
Right.
means is that a lot of people, unless you have enough room in your loan amount to do something called a 20 FHA 203K, or whereas you're purchasing the home and you have enough there's enough equity in the home, whereas you can roll those repairs up into your loan amount and to fix those repairs to make that home livable. But a lot of us are barely qualifying for certain amounts. Therefore, they can't afford to do a FHA 203K or a loan that has a repair
Right.
escrow in it. So, what it's going to do is it's going to stop a lot of people who are approved, you know, for certain amounts of homes from buying a home. Okay. In a minute,
Right.
y'all, the St. Louis market, you're not going to be able to buy a house for under $200,000. Okay. So, how many
Wow.
people, and if you do the math, that's going to be very hard for somebody that's making 15, $16 an hour to be able to afford a $200,000 or more house, maintain,
Right.
if you got a house payment, I mean, if you got a car note, if you got a couple of kids, if you had those kids in private school, or whatever, it's going to put a strain on your households. Okay, so what do you guys think about that?
I think I'm very glad that I own my own house in North St. Louis, which
Well,
is
Money
one of the
is
places that has been gentrified, that's being gentrified.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what you think, Cam? Tim.
they've been trying to gentrify the black community for a long time.
Hmm.
And I've always heard rumors back when I lived in St. Louis that the white folks want to come back and get it.
Yeah, they've
And
been
some
wanting.
people believe
Yeah,
that's still a myth, but at certain places in the city,
it's not.
huh?
It's not. He was saying it's not a myth.
Yeah, there's a lot of amenities in the city, like shopping malls and
No,
all
no, no.
kinds of businesses and stuff, and that.
It's
Hmm.
That's not all about the city. Also, the city it connects to three highways: 70, 55,
Right.
44, and you can go anywhere once you hit those highways. You can go Natural Bridge from out in the county all the way down to downtown.
Hmm.
They've been wanting the city for a long time, and if you think that they're putting all of this money in there in the city, yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. For us, y'all better
No.
stay woke. You better stay woke.
Yeah.
Not to say that because we're gonna have to
And
continue to fight.
also on that point,
Say that again. Can you hear me, Tim?
also on that point, I was trying to make. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, we can hear you.
I've been always hearing that they want to move us way out in the county. This back when I was living in St. Louis. This because I moved over here back in the early 2000s. I've been hearing for years that they want the city back and they want to just shove us out in St. Louis County.
Well, the thing about it
Right.
is, if once,
And certain services and goods.
okay, I think Tim's having some difficulties with his audio,
Some
y'all.
difficulties because I believe he's probably
Yeah,
talking
because he's
and we're not
freezing.
hearing him.
Yeah, Tim, we're not hearing you. You're
Right.
kind of freezing. But to kind of
I started freezing up.
yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we
Yeah.
lost him, y'all. I think we done lost him out. Um, Regina stated. Anthony, can you go ahead and read what Regina stated?
Oh, she said, glad I purchased my home prior to COVID. My daughter will fall in that unfortunate housing market. Yeah. Like I was telling
Yes,
Regina, we inherited our parents' house in the city.
yes.
So we're good. My
Re-
brother and I. So
and I was tagging
in
along
North
with.
St. Louis City.
Yeah, and I was with Regina tagging along. I know she purchased her property over in Illinois too, and she got a hella deal on her property. And if I'm not mistaken, when she retired and all of that, she was in a point where she paid cash for her house. So I give some
Right.
kudos to uh, Miss Regina for hey, before she retired, she had those things together and she was able to buy that house cash and really put herself in a
Right.
very, very good predicament. Okay. And a lot of people, we are
Right.
going to have to do that because we're going to be in trouble. We are going to be in trouble. And I don't know if other realtors are telling you this. I don't know if you're paying attention to the news, but you know what? I'm going to be shouting it from the rooftops, y'all, because it is
Right.
here. It's not gonna happen. It is here. Okay. Okay.
Now, some people may think 200,000 is a lot, but they should know that from my research in Investopedia, they said the average price of a home in St. Louis is about 185,000.
It's about
The problem
185,000.
is that average price is going to become the price.
Exactly. That's
In
the
other
thing
words,
about
right,
it.
it's going to become the price
It's going to
for
become
everybody,
for it is going to be the
and it'll
medium.
probably be the bottom,
Right.
and that might right be the
Yeah,
right,
that's gonna be the medium. You're gonna have to be able to afford at least
right,
and right now I'm looking at 200,000. Okay, y'all. In another year, it may be
right.
250. It's gonna push it up. It's gonna continue to push. And another thing, when it pushes like that, or when that value gets so high and people can't afford it, what is it going to do? It's going to keep you in a stage of being renters. Okay. Now let's flip it.
Right.
On the rental side, the rents are going up. Okay. Right
Exactly.
now in North County and some of the not so great areas, rents have increased from $1,400 to almost $1,500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Wow.
had a couple of my clients call
It's
me.
true.
Their kids have moved back home because of the rents are increasing at such higher rates. What do y'all think about that?
Right.
What do y'all think about that?
That's that is terrible. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
because parents want their kids to be independent, and kids want to be independent, and the market is making that impossible. The economy is making that impossible.
That is
That's
true.
a tragedy.
And and look at the interest rates. The interest rates are steady
And the
coming down.
landlords are taking advantage.
Not, you
Yes,
know what? My thing about it is, it's not so much the
in
landlords,
some
y'all.
cases.
In some cases, during the pandemic, there was
They
a
advantage of people.
there was a lot of investors and rehab those properties. And when they rehab, okay, that's what happened.
Right. I know. There's
Okay. Yeah.
cutting out, Ruby.
Okay, so it
Yeah,
pushed
you're
the
kind of cutting out
it
some of
pushed
what you're
that
saying.
market. It pushed that. I was stating that during the pandemic, a lot of corporations started purchasing these properties, and some of them they rehabbed them from the hooter to the cooter. I mean, went in there and laid them out, and they pushed that
Right.
market up. They pushed those property values up,
Yeah.
and then those that they did not sell, they rented out to push the rental market up. So that is
Right.
what's going
That's
on.
gentrification.
That's called
That's
gentrification,
it in a
y'all.
nutshell.
Give them the definition of
And
gentrification, and
can I go
then
ahead and read the definition of gentrification so people will know? This is
yes, I
from
just said that.
Investopedia.
Yes.
Gentrification is the transformation of a city neighborhood from low value to high value.
So high
Gentrification
value.
is also viewed as a process of urban development in which a neighborhood or portion of a city develops rapidly in a short period of time, often as a result of urban renewal programs. That's from the government.
Mm-hmm.
This process is often marked by inflated home prices, inflated rent, and displacement of a neighborhood's previous residents. And from my research, this tends to affect minorities the worst.
Black
The
people.
worst.
Black
In
people,
St.
brother.
Louis,
Forget
that's
all
pretty
that
much black
minority
people.
talk.
There's a
Black
few
people.
Hispanics
Let's keep
here,
it
but it's mostly
realistic,
black
man.
people, right, in St. Louis.
Yeah, yeah. And Regina is on the
Nah, nah,
feed
hell with that
saying, "Oh my
minority
goodness."
talk.
Say that again. Sorry about that, Tim. Say that again, babe.
I said, hell with that minority talk. We talk about black folks.
Yeah.
The other minorities, they
Right.
identify as white.
Or
They don't
black.
identify or
Well, I
associate with
mean,
us. So no, forget the black and brown stuff, brother.
Tim ain't
Now
hearing
let's keep it
that.
100. Let's keep it funky here. It's just going to
But I'll
affect
be honest
us.
with
No, I
you,
don't see nothing
the
funny.
white
Hold
folks.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Well, no, seriously, the
Anthony,
white
let
folks do
Anthony,
prefer. Right.
Anthony,
Go
let
ahead.
Tim finish. Tim was finished. Let Tim finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Tim wasn't finished before you cut in on him.
Oh no,
Okay,
he can
go
go ahead and
ahead.
have it.
Oh, okay. Go ahead,
No,
Anthony.
no, go ahead.
I
He can
mean, I
have
was
it.
just
He can
saying.
have it. I'm gonna get mine in before I leave.
No, you are.
Right. There's levels like for a lot of times when you're dealing with white people, and that's not all white people, that's some, they have a hierarchy in terms of the minorities they view. They like Asians. They
Majority of
kind of okay with Hispanics sometimes, and blacks are at the very lowest. The lowest black. That's like that really triggers them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so to a certain extent, minorities are in the same boat, but they're not at the same time because they're seen differently
no.
by
You
the
double
major group,
talking.
but they're all
You
right
was
looked at
double
cockeyed.
talking, brother.
Hold on, Tim. Tim, say that again, because you probably in a bad place in your
They're
house.
not in the same boat with us. I wish he would quit saying that. That is not true.
Well, it's going to
We
To a
be.
certain
are
extent,
by
it is.
ourselves in this. We have no allies in this fight.
My thing about it is, you know what? Regardless if we
And
have
say we need to
allies or
cut.
not, we have to take responsibility for our own actions, first of all. Because my thing
Yeah.
about it is, I get too many calls every day on our people wanting to buy a house. However, they are not
Mhm.
taking care of their business and keeping their credit together, managing that money, and budgeting that money. I'm sorry. So you cannot blame all of this on another race.
Frivolous spending.
Frivolous
Right.
spending.
Right.
And my thing about it is,
Everybody has to be
Nah,
responsible,
they
no matter
do
what
have a
race they
hand
are.
in this room.
I'm
Yes,
not
they
saying
do.
I'm not saying that they don't
They
have a
have
But
a
they
hand
hand.
in it.
still have a
Mhm.
hand in it. Like, for instance, in these neighborhoods, that's white power structure controls that.
Okay, let's see what Regina said. Regina stated definitely, this definitely will hit the lower income individuals, which is ultimately people of color. And that is 100%
Right.
correct, y'all.
Oh, sister,
Right.
cut that people of color stuff out. Black people, quit
I
saying
know he
people
hates
of
that.
color, black and brown, black people.
Okay, black power. Okay, black
No,
people,
let's
people of
just keep it
color.
funky
Okay,
up in
Tim,
here,
look at it
man.
this way. Are
But
there
Yeah, cut
any
that.
brown people,
hold on,
any
y'all. Hold
people
on, hold
of
on.
the Asian persuasion, or any people that are not white in the KKK? Does the KKK accept non-white people?
Okay, we're not going there. Okay,
Let
but the
yeah,
point is, but the
Right.
point,
a
but the
lot of them who are minorities, even Latinos, they are in the Klan too, buddy.
But my thing, but okay, we're not
The,
talking about
the,
the.
the guy that was
Okay,
leader of the
Some of them
Proud
can
Boys, who's
pass.
in
hey,
jail
hey,
right
hey,
now.
Now,
hey,
some of
hey,
them can pass.
hey,
Yeah,
we're not finna talk about we're not finna talk about the KKK on here.
that kind of
Not
stuff.
that's
Right.
not today. Okay, but my
Right.
thing about it is,
Right.
her statement was. She's saying people of color because not everybody recognized as being black, but however they recognize
Right.
themselves as being people of color. Okay, so I totally agree with that statement because it's just not
No,
just
they
saying
don't.
black people, but it's going to hurt the lower class people who are non-white. Okay, whether
Or
you want to say
non-European. If
black,
they don't look European,
exactly.
they're going to get some
Those people
amount
in
of
But
better
discrimination.
shape. They in better shape than us.
but you know what? A lot of us are not destitute. It's just going to affect a larger group, a larger number
Right.
of our people
Right.
opposed to other races. A lot of us got our stuff together and are living very
Right.
well. Just like Regina. When Regina was retired, she mapped that out, purchased her house cash, and she's ready. But however, there is a larger percentage of people who are not ready. What did Regina
Okay, the
say?
reason I'm laughing is because Regina said black people are people of color.
Come
And
on,
she said,
bro.
come on,
Come
bro.
on, bro.
I'm sorry, but
It's
all
still the
right.
same thing. Okay, y'all, 6 eggs in half in one hand, half a dozen in the other.
Tim didn't like
Okay,
that. But
okay,
that Republican who recently said colored people, he got in trouble for that.
okay. Well, we can say colored since we
Right.
are colored. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to affect us.
But he wasn't supposed to say
But you know what?
it.
White folks can't get away with everything that they want to say. You
No.
got to be one of us to get away with a lot of stuff that we are privy to
Saying a
say
lot of
about
things, right.
ourselves. Yeah.
We
So
need
we
to
don't
get away
need,
from those
them talking about us. We talk about ourselves.
words.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
check
Okay, y'all.
ourselves.
Okay.
We don't need
Okay.
somebody to check us.
Okay, y'all. We are going to cut this in. I'm going to play this video right quick that Mother Idaho Jenkins did, and what we're doing here is we are going to be um, uh, doing little skits about what's
Clay
going
Realty
on.
Group,
Okay,
this
hold
is
on.
Mother Idaho Jenkins. How can I help you? Yes, yes. You call about 2423 community program that rehab. They put a new kitchens, updated backyard. Yes, ma'am. What's your name, honey? And where do you work, Miss Winters? Credit. Credit score.
Okay, y'all. So that is a video that Mother Idaho Jenkins has done, and and Tim, I'm sorry, it's talking about credit, and that is a big issue with a lot of people being able to purchase homes, being able to get a good
Oh yeah.
interest rate, being able to
Hmm.
because if you really want to talking about generational wealth, if your credit is messed up, you're paying all these outrageous prices for all of these bills and all of
Yeah,
that,
your
and
money messed up.
you're giving it away. You won't do one simple
Right.
thing and just be better stewards over those finances. I'm sorry. And that's what I
Right.
see. As a real estate agent, I've been in this 28 years, been saying for years, and now since gentrification is those years are going, they're catching up with them. And we're just going to have to get this together, everyone. What do you think, y'all? What do you think?
I mean, everybody's going to have to update game, but like Tim would say, and like I would agree, it's going to be a harder road for Black people, especially Black people.
Okay.
There's some other groups that have it rough, but especially Black people are going to have it the hardest. Even if we're doing everything right,
I ain't worried
you're
about them
facing
other
housing
groups. I ain't
discrimination.
worried about them.
You're facing right,
Well,
right.
I'm worried about
Right.
everybody.
I
One
know.
thing about
I
it
know.
is,
That's why
I'm
I'm
worried.
saying it the way I'm saying it, Tim.
I'm talking about I'm worried about everybody, but since I am of African American descent,
I ain't worried about everybody.
I'm going to be looking at making
Right.
sure
Hmm.
that our people are getting are getting a piece of that pie too, or getting those benefits, or you want
Right.
your kids to be in a certain school district. You want those same
Hmm.
benefits as other races,
And want
and
them
we want it for
reparations
our
too.
own. Say that again. Say that again, Tim.
Definitely that.
I didn't hear what he said.
Yep. And we want our reparations too.
Well, he's talking about
He's talking
he's
about
for
what?
reparations, and that's so am I.
We
What?
want the
Okay,
reparations
I'm
too.
gonna say this about reparation. Okay, if they gave every a great percentage would be broke in less than a year, because it don't matter
It's
working
Biden.
on that job or whatever the case. What are you going to do? Mess, and you're still feeling, and you still don't know how to deal with the money that God is blessing you with now. Going to be worse off than what we were until we learn how
We
much.
check,
Hence,
baby.
my boo,
Cut the
y'all.
check.
Hence,
Cut the check.
I understand cut the check, but my
Right.
thing, you're not ready for that type of wealth to handle that kind of wealth. You're going to squander it. So why would I want to put that
Right.
kind of wealth in somebody's hands right now before
So
they
you might have,
even
if
learn
you
how to
do
manage?
reparations, you may have to put some type of conditions on that. You might have to say that you have to attend a financial class or something. You might not just want to just hand out money to people willy nilly and say, okay, and not have them
What?
have any type of way to be able to handle that money. Because people have won the lottery and they end up broke 5 years later.
Exactly.
We don't want that. We don't want, after years of fighting for reparations, for it to mean nothing because somebody went and bought a $200,000 Bentley, a car, which is a perishable product.
And then wait a
It
minute.
could get hit in a car accident or anything,
So
right?
Wait a
what?
minute. But
So
wait a minute.
what?
Wait a minute. You're gonna do a Bentley, but you're gonna take it and park it in front of an apartment complex.
People will do
Come on.
crazy stuff like
When
A
that.
this
lot of people.
government give
And so,
reparations
like,
and money to other groups,
It's a lot
they
of.
don't ask them what they're gonna do with their money. They only do that when it come to
My
us,
thing about it
and that's
don't
BS.
it don't matter. It's my thing about
I'm
it is
concerned about us. I'm concerned about us
us.
not taking that money
And
and just, it means nothing because we didn't do anything with it.
Why?
We didn't invest in property.
Why?
We didn't start a
invest.
business. Right.
Everybody ain't getting down
Okay.
like that. That might be certain others, but
Right.
that ain't everybody, man, bro. So don't
We're
even
not.
try that, man.
We're
It
not
gets no
throwing. We're
play.
not.
That's
Hold on.
not
It's not all
everybody.
of us, but it's some of us.
Hold
We
on.
being
I mean,
economically deprived in
Hold
this
on.
country.
Hold on. We don't have to get.
right.
We're not gonna get testy about it, y'all. We're gonna have a good conversation.
Concerned about our people, Tim.
Well, I'm
Both.
concerned. It's concerned. Tim, you got to look at it. Okay, if you look at this situation, honestly, how many people? How many? Just the people that around you. How many would, if they came into that five with that money, that's going to invest it wise. That's going to set it up so that they can leave
I know
children.
what I'm do with mine, and that others know what they do with theirs the right way.
I understand that.
We're being shot and killed by these police. You got the Democrats putting laws in place to protect other groups except us. The Democrats who were voted in by
Right.
black people. First thing they did, they gave the gays an anti-hate crime bill. We've been here way before them, and we can't get protections like them under the law.
Okay.
Right.
But my thing about it is, it's and my thing, and I understand that, but Tim, but people would stick together, pool our resources together, so that when we are being discriminated against, we can shut something down. We can help change the laws. Then that's where that's where
Right.
power is. That's where the power is.
Right.
What do you think, AB?
And right. This is all about getting a hold of your darn finances.
It's all about.
That's the whole
It's
purpose of
about
this show.
economics.
So if we were sitting here and saying, give people a bunch of money and
I
don't give them
agree. I
any way to
agree.
know how to manage it, that would
Exactly.
be completely irresponsible. But this whole show is about getting hold of your finances, managing your finances,
You
not
sound
going into
crazy
debt,
Republican.
building generational wealth and stuff like that. That's what this whole show is about. So if we talk about reparations, we got to also talk about the responsible side of what do you do with the money once you get it. We got to, because that's what this whole show is about. Not about getting paid, but about managing it when you do get paid.
There you go.
That's what this is all about, Tim. I mean, anybody can, a bunch of people can go out and make a bunch of money, $50,000 a year,
You sound like a
$100,000 a
damn
year,
fool.
$150,000, $200,000, $1 million a year. But if you do not know how to manage that,
It don't
you are
matter.
going to be broke in no time.
And no,
Broke in no time.
and no.
You sound just like the white supremacists, man.
That's not a white supremacist
No, I don't.
comment.
That's economics. That's not white. That's not
economics.
black. That's
You
not
sound just
Asian.
like them,
That's
AB.
economics.
You sound just like the white supremacists.
And if you want to be successful, maybe you need to
And,
sound a little
and
bit
there are
like
a lot
them
of us
because
that do know how
they
to
are
handle money.
successful. The Asians
Now,
are
now
successful.
maybe you
The
should
white
stop.
folks are successful. A lot of us are successful, but we only become
No
successful
other
when
group
we
is
embrace
sabotaged
basic
like we are
economic
in this
principles.
country, man. But our success is
Right.
sabotaged every day in this country, man.
Hold it
Right.
down. Hold it down.
Right. Right. We knew this was going to happen because
Oh,
Tim is no joke.
my thing, but
I'm no joke. None of us are a joke, so we knew this was going to happen.
but I'm listening to Tim and what he has to say, and Tim, you do have a valid point, but also, babe, I'm sorry,
Definitely.
we got a responsibility to do what's right with the resources that we have been blessed
I
with.
didn't say we didn't. I didn't say
Okay.
we didn't.
So that has nothing
Right.
to do with white supremacy then. It has nothing to do with
No.
Oh,
wait a minute.
everything.
Oh, let me back that up. I'm not saying that the laws and the systems have not prevented us from getting further. But however, how is it that our ancestors who made very little money, and then back then they had about 15, 16 kids, but they were still able to budget that money, buy homes, and do a lot of things with what they were
They were
given.
good.
And you mean to tell
And
me,
create cities.
and you mean to tell, and
And
create
create cities. Look like Wall Street.
run businesses,
Right.
create the inventions. Let's talk about inventions. But my
And they
point
were
is,
facing more racism back
And they
then.
were
facing
burnt.
More.
even more racism back then. So
And those and
you mean to tell me that we are the fruits from those ancestors? You mean to tell me now that we've been placed in a position to do better that we can't?
I
We
didn't say we
can't.
can. There's some of us out here are making moves. And first of all, so some people,
Kicking butt, taking names, but it should be more of us doing that.
you didn't let me finish, but that's okay.
It should be more of
Go
us
ahead,
doing
Tim.
that. Yeah.
Go ahead, Tim.
Oh, somebody else.
No, that's okay, man. I'm done talking. I'll just say this.
Mm,
You had people that was in court a few weeks ago
okay.
down in Tulsa,
Okay.
Oklahoma,
Okay.
that was
Hmm.
trying to get justification for that town being burnt by a bunch of white supremacists, and you had a racist white judge to
Right.
deny them survivors that money. They
Yeah,
were burnt.
that's what
That
happened.
town was burnt down and destroyed, and a lot of other black cities, and we can throw Greenwood in that. We are our
Right.
success and what we do in this country has been more sabotaged by than any other group that's here.
Yes,
So now
that's
I'm
true.
done,
I
man.
That
agree.
is true. That is true.
I agree.
That is
I
true.
agree. You
But you
don't
know,
have people here that's sitting here not agreeing with you, Tim.
right,
But there's some caveats we have to have.
I
There's some
I I,
some
I
some
wouldn't
type
care if
of
you did.
right, right, right. We just details in there. That's all we're doing. We're not
Y'all go
generally
ahead.
disagreeing with
Hey,
you.
y'all go ahead.
Mm-mm.
Hey, man, that's cool. Y'all just go ahead. I just sit here.
no, look, we did not come up with
No,
a
we don't want you doing that.
look, my thing about it is your
And
passion.
just go ahead. Just
No,
go ahead,
your
and I'll jump
passion.
in whenever. Go ahead.
My thing about it, your passion and your opinions are very much needed and appreciated because one, it's going to benefit and help everybody. But let's see what Regina said.
She
I
said the
call out white
key is
supremacy.
Let's see
family.
what Regina just
Now,
said.
let's give Regina a word for a second because she's
She's
actually
coming.
communicating with us on Facebook.
Okay, G,
She
what?
said the key is family. Fact, black families got to stick together.
That's not what she
Community.
said.
We gotta work
What?
as a community, not just as individuals. We gotta work together and help one another. We live in a different time. Don't be mad. Don't be mad, Tim.
Don't be mad.
Don't be mad. Get even. They say don't
No,
get mad. Get even.
no.
Get activated. Right.
I'm doing what I can on my end, and the black family is still being
Right.
attacked
Yes,
right now, even before your very
Yeah.
eyes.
it is.
Every time you look at
Right.
TV, they got the black woman with a white man, or the black man with a white woman, or they pushing a gay narrative, making it like the black man is just gay, and that's BS. And then you got Biden and the Democrats who are pushing this gender
Hmm.
confusion on our children out here.
Pushing what? Say that again. You
And
were
they are
Well,
so
it's
more
not just
protected
Biden and
under the law, like down
wait a
in
minute.
Detroit.
Wait a minute. Come
Like
back. What did you say? Biden and pushing what now?
Biden led the way.
To do
Uh,
say that again. You
It's
cut
in the
out.
TV shows. It's in your movies. It's on your cartoons.
Okay, that is true.
You talking about the destruction of the black family? It's been going on for years, and it's
But
still
it's
going
just.
on
But you know
now.
what?
Ain't
My
no
thing about it.
way.
I'm not
I
saying.
believe
But
I
wait a
believe
minute.
in representation of all minority off
Yeah.
Go
as
with this
them
again.
pushing things on you or pushing a certain lifestyle on you. But
Exactly.
I'm good with representation. If a movie has a gay character in it, there are gay people in real life, so let there be a gay character. But the gay character shouldn't be
Uh,
preaching
uh,
about trying to convert you and your kids to a certain lifestyle. You
Exactly.
know, everybody should just accept everybody and let everybody live and not try to push things on other people that they don't want to do. Like, for instance,
Hate
I'll
the
give an
sin,
example now.
not the sinner.
Just give me 1 second, Ruby, because I'm getting somewhere with it. Like, women don't want to share the same bathroom with trans women because they are biological males. But people who are not right are trying to
Amen,
push it
Regina.
and force women to share a bathroom with a trans woman. You shouldn't force things on people like that. You should work with them. If there needs to be a separate bathroom for trans women, then make a separate bathroom for trans
Okay.
women.
Okay.
But don't just force things on people.
Okay, y'all. This is not a trans. This is not a trans. But this we gonna say that for another day.
But that's just an example of somebody just forcing something on someone else.
That is true. That
An
is
example.
true. But Tim, let me ask Tim something. When it comes, what do you see in the school system in regards to education and how it's affecting the?
well, we know they're taking Black history out of a lot of schools, and we can name some states right now.
Yes.
You got that nut down there in Florida, DeSantis. You got people up there
Mhm.
in Texas, and I think somewhere in Baltimore, and I wouldn't be surprised up in Chicago. And they pushing this BS called critical race theory, which is something made up a bunch of white Republicans to attack history, especially our history. They are pretty much trying to rewrite it like black people were just indentured servants. Nope, the black aboriginal people and the few slaves that they did bring over here, they pretty much mixed together, pretty much became a different group. And then if we built wealth in this country that the dominant society enjoy to this very day.
Okay. Okay. Let
And
me.
I see boys going to school wearing dresses and wigs.
Okay.
You
Okay.
asked me, I was telling you.
Okay. Now what?
And
I
Okay.
girls
mean, Tim,
trying to
that's a
convert to
personal
be
choice. I don't
boys.
think
Wait a
we
minute.
That's
Wait
should
a
be
crazy.
minute.
trying to
Wait a minute. Let me back this up. Now the
school
reason
wearing a
why the
dress.
reason
To me, that's a personal choice.
okay the reason why
That's a personal choice.
I
That
understand
ain't necessarily somebody indoctrinated him. That ain't necessarily somebody forced him to do it. But there are some effeminate kids that are
Anthony.
from the time they babies, they're effeminate.
Anthony, that wasn't the reason why I asked. That wasn't the reason why I asked that question. I asked that
Right.
question and because that's Anthony on this, if you would, in regards to education. Right now, our children
Okay.
are reading 3 grades below grade. Not cannot
It
read.
looks like we have. And Regina's saying we need to get back to the topic, which is
Exactly. If our kids
gentrification.
cannot read,
So we
and
probably need to
I'm
stop.
getting ready to bring it back. But if our
Yeah.
kid, if our
Yeah.
kids are not learning, they cannot read, then they cannot count money. But however, the parents are passing away, grandparents who can't read, who can't
And blame
read
some of these
successfully,
schools that's passing a
Right.
who
lot of
can't
these kids along who ain't
Right.
ready.
and my thing,
Right.
but my point is that's going to hurt us as a whole also. Okay? Because
Right.
we're leaving wealth to kids or people who can't how to how to manage money. The basics on counting, reading. If you can't do these, how are we going to ever ever succeed? How are we going to proceed and to get better if this is a
Well,
stigma
we need to be about putting these organizations or somebody step up who want to do this. It might even take Some of the churches opening up the door, bringing
Exactly.
people in to educate.
And
But we
like
know a lot of
and
the churches only worry about getting paid.
and I'm
Right.
gonna take this back to what Regina said. It starts at home. Teach, teach
They
and
do.
train your
Right.
child in the
It
way
starts
you
at home.
want them to grow, and when they grow old, they will not depart. But my thing about it is,
But think about
So we're
this,
talking about
Ruby.
values. We're talking about money management.
we're talking
We're
about
talking
value.
about
There you
right.
go. Instead of putting your kid in front of Facebook account, how about teach them, sit down and teach them and read them a book. Okay.
Right.
How about those core values? How about those core
Right.
things are very much missing. Tim, I want to hear
You
your
know
I
what,
want to hear
Ruby?
your give me comment on that.
Mhm.
Okay, because you're an
Back in
educator.
our
Because you're
era,
an educator.
back in our era, you went home and you didn't go outside until you got your homework finished.
Okay.
There were rules
Exactly.
in our era that worked for us. And today's era, right now, you got a lot of single parent households. Let's keep it real. And some of these moms are being friends with these kids. And think about it. There are some of these parents who also might be special ed themselves who just pass along.
Yes.
And they
Well,
do happen.
okay. Now let me ask you this: if you are uneducated, barely can read, barely can write, how is reparation going to affect the majority of those people in the African American community?
Let
10.
me say this, Ruby. Let me say this, and let me keep it 100. Just keep it funky. First of all, there are some brothers and sisters who gonna probably scorn to do that. That's them, and they do what they want to do. There are some of us who have the ingenuity and the intelligence to create business and do something with their wealth and build something for ourselves. This country paid reparations to any other different groups, and nobody ever say, "Well, what you gonna do with the money?" Biden sends billions over to the Ukraine, and a lot of them over there mistreating black Africans.
I'm not saying, I'm not
So
saying, I'm
Right.
not saying that, I'm not saying that there, the only thing that I'm saying is if many of us were not taught about money and we're passing that same standard or that same, those same, give me some help here, those same
Values.
values
Same
or lessons or
habits.
habits
Bad
to
habits or
the
whatever.
next generation, then that next generation is going to suffer too. That's what I'm saying.
that's probably that
Right.
That's what I'm
segment of the
saying.
generation, but
And
that
what's
other
going to happen?
segment of our generation,
What's going to happen to, okay, if the parents to get the reparation, okay, we were to get $1 million or whatever, okay, then the parent passes away, okay, and then you have a
that
child taught about money. You got a child who hasn't been taught about money. What's going to happen to that wealth?
Right.
there's somebody in his family or somebody that know how to budget and
But
help
my
them
thing
with that.
about it is,
All of
half
us
of the
ain't black
people.
and stupid
Right.
and walking on our knuckles.
I understand that, but my thing
That's
about
true.
this is that is the case with there is a large percentage of that going on in our neighborhoods, and you gotta look at the facts. You got to look at the facts.
You got to deal with reality.
I'm not going to say I don't want to see all of our people get reparation, but I also want to see all of our people get a hold of their finances, understand how money works, budgeting, credit, play this, you know what I'm saying? We probably can't beat the
Play the
system,
credit game.
but we can play the game of the system and beat the system with education,
Right.
with
Right.
taking those same tools that they put out here against us, and we can use them and still maneuver and be successful. I'm sorry, I truly believe that,
I
Regina.
guarantee you, somebody like Tyler Perry figured out how to do that.
Exactly, and he was
How
right.
to
He
do
was,
all of that.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You
it
can't
got
tell
about
me.
cooling.
My thing about it is a person will do. I mean, if a lot of our ancestors, if they came from little or nothing, I mean, stretching choking an eagle, stretching a dollar to the eagle grin, And here it is, we, the offsprings, we're in better positions than our parents or our grandparents were. And here it is, we're in a mounds of debt. We're
And
not
still
managing
facing
that
the same
money.
white supremacy.
I'm not saying that we're not facing the same, but
Indeed.
we're in a better
Oh, I'm not gonna leave
position.
it out
But we're in a better position. How many
for
people
now.
now
For
we're in
To
a
now,
better
fight. A better
position
position to fight.
to fight?
To fight, to
Because
overcome.
look at how
Right.
many black people have degrees now. Look at how many black people are holding prominent positions. You can't tell me that we're
and
not
a
in a
whole lot
better
of them
position.
selling us out too.
I'm not saying that the politicians are not selling us out, but whatever's going on. But the thing about it is, we have to use the tools that we have and be able to
A lot of
utilize
us
it to the
are. A
max.
lot of us are.
And it's a greater percentage of us who are not. It's a greater
True.
percentage of us who are not. And gentrification is going to push us out. It's going to push those people out. Okay, let's see what
It's
And the
good for us to
females who are
recognize our
twerking.
enemies, but we can never let our enemies
ain't never
stop
free.
us.
They exactly. They can
Recognize your
try to
enemies, but
A
overcome your
lot. A
enemies.
lot of us are fighting back on white supremacy every day, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But
Right.
my thing
Right.
about it is they can they can
Yeah.
they
That's
can
how
try
you
to
do
Well,
it.
slow us down, but
that's
that
some of
doesn't
us who do
necessarily
want to
mean that
give
they're
up.
the
I'm
best
not one
ones.
of them. I'm sure you're not, and you're not either.
What
No.
is it?
I'm a
Regina
die.
said.
I'm a die fighting.
Regina said. Regina says,
Amen.
we need to know how to manage our money. Ain't nothing free. And I'm sorry,
Right.
a lot of our people getting over, want to get over, be slick, and we're gonna definitely talk about the people. I'm definitely going to hit Section 8.
Regina made me think about something, which is social welfare.
So I was just
They
gonna
don't
say
give you
Section 8.
social welfare
Section
for
8.
free.
Yeah,
They put conditions. They put conditions. They say you can't go beyond a certain
5 years.
income. You can't have.
I
You
think it's
can't.
3
Right. They.
years. I think when you're on
Right.
welfare,
This.
you can't be over it's either 3 to 5 years. One of them. My thing about it is they should put that same stipulation
Right.
on Section 8. And making it out of a career. I think that one, you section everything is to help you get to the next level, not help you stay there and get comfortable and just live there
That's
forever.
the. That's the help. As
You know,
helping single mamas on welfare with babies.
but my thing about it is, it's placed. Section 8 was put in place to help you, to give you a boost, to give you a break. So during that
Uh huh.
time when you on Section 8, go to school, educate yourself, and at that when you
Exactly.
qualify for
And
all of
some of
those
those sisters are.
programs.
Some of those
Wait a
sisters
minute.
are going to school.
I do understand, but it's a greater
Yeah.
majority that's sitting on their tail, ain't doing nothing, making it out of still having babies, making it out of a
I
career.
agree. I agree.
And my thing about it is when you in that
Right.
income,
And they're the ones you
hold
see
on,
twerking on TikTok.
and when you're in that
Right.
income bracket, you have more programs and more benefits that can help you get out of that situation. But are you utilizing those programs to your benefit? There you
Right.
go.
Like if you're on a job and they offer
Yeah, but
tuition reimbursement, take advantage of that.
Take advantage of it.
Take the classes that you want you to take and take advantage of that.
Yeah.
If there's community colleges, if that's being offered for free anywhere, free community college, get in on that. Always right, because
or you can go to
that's
school
how you
online.
go from one
The
right.
situation. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tim.
And
You
Yeah.
know what? I'm
unfortunately,
not
And
saying
I
that
always,
the whole idea of staying where you are. Yeah.
exactly. I'm not
Go ahead,
saying.
Tim.
I'm not saying that
well,
we're not. I'm not
I
saying
ain't
that we're
finna
not.
beat
Hold on,
up
hold on,
on nobody
hold
on
on, hold on, hold on.
Section 8.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying. I'm not
No.
beating up nobody. I'm making a comment on how we can better
Right.
ourselves. If you've been on Section 8 for 10, 12, 15 years, come on now. You'd have made a career out of
That's
that.
not good.
That is not good.
That's not
20,
good.
20.
20 years. Come on now. So my thing, my
That's
thing
not
about
good.
come on now. You done taking advantage of the system.
Because you can think of it this way: the man got you where he wants you. He wants you in Section 8. He wants you not prospering, not growing beyond that.
Fell into
the man got you.
You done fell into the trap.
You done fell into the trap.
I'm sorry.
You're not going to start your own business. You're not going to challenge him in the corporate world. You're in Section 8.
And those are the ones that are probably defending white supremacy because they figured, it's taking care of me, give me food stamps and a place to stay.
Right.
And there is a segment of our sisters out there like that with dusty dudes.
But my thing about that,
and that's bad.
Right.
At the same time, they get reparations. Damn it, let them get their check.
But my thing about it is, so don't tell me that we can't do better. So don't tell me that
I ain't said we can't.
I'm just saying we can't blame it all on the man. We can't blame it.
Yes, you can. 400 years of giving him free labor, and they police can kill us anytime they feel like it, and then they can just come through our neighborhoods and do things and ravage through it. Nope, I'm not letting them off. You can't.
There's always, if there's an opportunity for us to do better, then take the opportunity. Leave certain neighborhoods.
I agree.
My thing about it is, you don't got to stay down in the inner city. You don't got to stay in this neighborhood. I know it's happening everywhere, regardless of what neighborhood that you live in. But you know what? I just believe.
Things get better when you move into the nicer neighborhoods.
It'll get better when
the cops are less likely to bother you.
Right. I'm not saying that they
because you're paying their salary.
Just less likely. I'm not saying because they probably saying
less likely, right?
My thing about it is they pull you over saying where you get this Mercedes Benz, and you know what I'm saying you could be a young engineer. So my thing about it is, it's
hey, look at your black skin.
But you got the resources to fight. You got a lawyer on retainer. You can sue them and get rich from them pulling you over.
There you go. Instead of being at their beck.
Get rich off them pulling you over.
Look at how many.
And there's a lot of these rich celebrities out here that they rolling over on and lying on.
Say that again.
And still go to jail.
Say that again now. I didn't.
They still harassing a lot of these rich black celebrities, and some of them going to jail. Hell, they trying to lock black rappers up over their rap lyrics.
My thing about it, everything is excellent.
Which could be real, which could be fake. Who knows?
But my thing about it is, our civil, our very rights are right now are. How can you fight? But if you educated and you doing right with your money and fight better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can fight hard.
Right. You can always fight better when you got some money in your pocket.
You can't help nobody in your
Darn finances.
Huh? What'd you say?
That's why we got to get a hold of our darn finances, so that when the stuff happens, when there's a sudden death in the family, when the cop pulls you over for no reason, the cop beats you up, when somebody try to take your house or take whatever, you got the resources to fight with them.
You got to fight. But my thing about it is, here go Regina.
As soon the cop beat you up, Big Crump come and help you get a bag, and the cop don't get arrested.
Okay, but the
thing
when you want better, you do better, Regina.
Regina said, when you want better, you will do better. And my thing about it is, everybody, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. If not, this gentrification that St. Louis is going through is going to devastate
swallow you up.
our communities.
Black folks, they are displacing us all over these United States.
But my thing about it is, you know what? Don't be in the percentage where they can displace you. You see what I'm saying? A person can only do what you allow them to do to you. But if you don't have any education, you're broke, at their beck and susceptible to being conquered. Simple as that. You're gonna be an easy target. You're gonna be
Right.
easy. You're gonna be easy to conquer. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you, my thing about it is, if you have bad credit, you know what I'm saying, you're playing right into their game. Because you know what?
Right. It's just like when you walk into the car dealership
Yeah,
and your credit is bad,
they're gonna
they
give
can
you.
treat you any kind of way.
They're
You
gonna give
walk
you
into the
what?
car dealership and your credit is 600, 700,
No, 700,
you're
800.
going to
You know.
dictate the
Let me.
terms.
When you take care of your money, your business, but when you are at their beck and call, somebody got a 29%. I was like, what? A 29% interest on a car. And right now,
Oh my
I
God.
am a I am a HUD listing agent. Release
Oh my
these
God.
foreclosures
That's
now.
terrible.
Okay, so those deals are coming, but you know what? Will our people be able to take advantage of those deals? Those
Right.
in place? Do you have the job history in place? Can you qualify to buy your own
There are
home?
people with there are people with good credit history, and they can still be redlined.
I'm not saying, but my thing about it is, if you go, credit score is there, you got savings, you got the job history, they you're more likely not to be told no, because you've armed yourselves with what you need. So you know what? If they discriminate against you, or when you
That
are at their call, they're gonna say no.
that's
And what do
called
you? Nothing you can do. Nothing. And that's what's happening. Like I said, these deals are going to be able to buy these homes. How many people how many of our people are going to be able to jump on these deals?
I don't know.
Well, I'm telling you,
Right.
I'm telling you, if your credit is not there, if your money man you got no money or whatever, there's programs out here to at least be able to qualify for the homes. They're not going to give you everything. You got to be able to meet. Another comment. What do you think, Tim? I just
Okay,
said
now
that. What do you think?
I'm gonna
Hold on. What do you think, Tim? You got to be able to. My thing about
I
it
okay.
is,
know.
the stronger
Let
you
Mr.
are, the
AB
better
let
you
Mr.
are.
AB answer.
Well, I was going to
Go
give a
ahead and
little more
answer,
information
AB. Go
about
ahead.
gentrification because we got a little too stuck on race for a minute there.
Yeah,
We did.
yeah.
So
Let's
gentrification
go
has
back to
become
history.
controversial because historically
I'm the race inspector.
it comes with a significant component of discrimination against racial minorities, women, and children,
There you
the
go.
poor, and older adults.
I understand that.
Those are the ones that are most hurt by gentrification. Because think about it, if you're an older person
Yes.
and they come into your neighborhood and they start fixing everything up and everything's nice and they raise rent and they raise the mortgage and
They
they
raise
raise
the
the taxes
property
and all of that,
taxes.
and you're an older person who is no longer making money that is on a fixed income, you are in
They trying to
trouble.
get them out of there, buddy.
But the thing about it, wait a minute now. But the thing
Right.
about it is, the city does. I know in the city of St. Louis, they do have programs. There are programs out here that will help the elderly enforce.
Right.
I know in the city, I think there's in the county too, but I know in the cities there are a lot of programs right now. You know,
But they have to
help.
know about the
They
programs.
gotta know about the problem. They gotta be at some point. Some of the programs may have a favorable loan or something like that. Still, it goes back to being able to qualify for something. And if your credit is bad, And if you can't qualify, you're still in the same predicament. You're a slave. Simple as that. You
Right.
want to talk and all of that. The thing about it is, if you are not playing the game, if you cannot play the game, the credit game, money management, manage your management skills of your money, you are still a slave. So Tim, tell me about that one. Comment on that one, Tim.
Economical slavery still exists.
You still a slave?
And I believe just saying,
You cut
a
out.
lot
Say
of
that.
us who are not rich, you either rich or you poor. And then you're working on a little 9 to 5 job, it ain't about that. All of it is based through economics.
It's about
Everything
economics.
around us is
That's
about economics and, like I said, white supremacy
okay. You
and
get off the
economics and all
get
that
off the
stuff
white
work in
supremacy, for
one, they
God's
work
sakes.
hand in hand.
Get off the white supremacy,
Well,
for
there's
God's
there's
sake.
white supremacy, there's ageism, there's misogyny, or being sexist. All of that stuff goes into the mix when you're talking about gentrification.
It does.
Because, like I was saying, it is right,
It does. But my thing about it is, you know, Tim.
right.
Tim just got a. I'm not saying
I
that.
know it's right.
Tim just got a personal vendetta.
Hey,
You
hey,
know what?
hey, hey,
If
y'all have a good
anybody,
night. I'm up out of here. Misogyny, bro. And you know when
Right.
that word come up, they aiming it at us. When you hear the term toxic masculinity, they aiming at it black men. The Me
they're
Too
aiming at.
movement,
Wait a minute.
who are their
They're
targets?
aiming it at
Us.
all men. They want to get rid of men. Period.
I think Timson got upset.
I think it just fell. I think his phone just fell.
Okay,
He
okay.
ain't get that
Oh
upset.
man.
I
He ain't
mean,
get
there
that.
are some toxic men,
Again.
but I would like to think most of us are not toxic men who who
Once
try to
again,
downgrade women and downplay
you're
women.
missing the
Right.
point. You're missing the point once again. Like I was saying to
Go
you,
ahead, Tim.
they push that narrative and they put us the face of it.
Well, it's a whole bunch of
Would
faces
you
on
agree?
that, but we're not gonna go that one. But
I
But
see
my
would
what you're
thing
you
about
saying.
it,
agree?
Yeah,
but my thing
Okay,
the
okay,
narrative of
we're
okay,
the
not gonna
angry
go that. But
black
okay.
the thing
man.
about it, but the thing about it
Right. I
is,
got you.
but the thing about it
I
is,
got you.
when it
You
all
saw you
boils,
saw the angry black man.
when
I
it
got a
all,
right to be angry.
but when it all comes
Right.
down,
But they try to make it like it's more dangerous to be
They
complacent
control
and
when it all
accept
boils,
they
everything
control
than
the
it is to be
media,
angry.
man.
hey,
Right.
when it all boils down, it's about choices. When it all
Amen.
boils
It's
down,
about
it's
choices.
about choices. Okay, we have a choice who we want to hang around. We got a choice, regardless of what they try to impose upon us or run down our throats and all of that. We have a choice. But the thing about it is, all of this is nothing but you going to let the other party win. So that's my
Right.
thing about it. Okay, y'all, that pretty much wraps up our show. Anthony, we're gonna give Tim a final word to say. Tim, go ahead with your final word of
Brothers and
advice.
sisters, we are in
Tommy.
the middle. We are in the middle of an anti-black race war in this country. So you better be on code. Don't give up.
Amen.
Keep your mind right and get your money right.
Get your
I'm
money
done.
right. Okay, Anthony,
Amen.
final word.
Amen. Amen. I'm
Final
not
word.
I'm not patronizing you. I mean amen.
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 Final word. Final word. Anthony.
Why are you shaking your head, Tim? We know they're trying to take black history out of schools. Okay, we know this. We know what that's all about. That's not about protecting white kids from knowing about, history, parts of
Anthony.
history that make. That's about, come on. We know what it's about.
Anthony. I asked
I know what it's about.
Anthony. I asked you for your final word. That's what I asked you for. You
That
don't
was
want a
my
final
final
word. You're
word.
getting cut off. What's your final word, Anthony?
Right.
See
But
y'all later.
Tim
That
looked
was my
like he
final
was
word.
Anthony. Anthony.
Tim looked like he was upset.
Anthony, give everybody
Uh-huh.
your final word of advice so we can wrap this up. All
Yeah.
right, I guess he doesn't have one. Hey y'all, this is Ruby Groves Clay with Clay Realty Group, author of Get a Hold of Your Door Finances. Continue to strive. Don't give up on your goals, your dreams. Definitely what God has placed in your heart to do for is your God-given purpose. Find your purpose, because it's something that all of us are meant to do, and it's something that you are carrying that will impact the world. So don't let the world overcome you with all of these subjects that we talked about tonight. Don't let the world overcome you. You overcome the world. Okay.
Yeah.
Again,
Amen.
I'm gonna put up the I'm putting up the website in the chat. Support this ministry. Get a hold of your darn finances. Purchase the book. You can also get the credit boosting kit and get your money together, y'all. We are in a war, and it's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. But I'm going to do my part. This is my financial, I believe this is my calling, my purpose. So I'm going to do my best. So we'll talk to y'all next week, same time, same hour, and take care.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Look, how many outfits, TVs, shoes, and wigs do you actually need? Tell me, do you have anything of real value? Like what? Houses, investments, bonds, stocks. Start ignoring what you've been taught. It's time to stop blaming everybody else.
I was trying to agree with him, and he looked like